Hello everyone, thank you everyone for joining us today. Today we're going to go through one of the harder question that is in the 2021 O-level paper 2 for E-mathematics. So let's us begin with the question. I'm going to go through two of the question and then I'll break this into a few different video for subsequent questions because I previously already uploaded the full solution for paper 1 and paper 2 for O-level 2021. I will be also going through some of the questions that I think is more difficult based on my students' feedback. So let's just begin with one of the question now. So this question here, there is a diagram that show a solid form from a cone, a cylinder, and a hemisphere. So they say that the cone has a radius of 3x cm, and then the height is y cm, and then the cylinder has a radius of 3x cm, height is 2x cm, and then we have a hemisphere with a radius of 3x cm. So for us to actually begin with for the question, right, what I will actually start with is that I will be starting with the part that we have our different volume. So volume, I'm going to start with volume for the cone. Volume for the cone, the formula that we have is 1/3 pi r square. So we're going to take 1/3 times pi. Then my radius here for cone, we know that the radius is equals to 3x, correct? Because it's given by the question, and then we need to take 3x square, and then the height is given that is y. So I'm going to multiply this in. So what I will get here is equals to, if I press my calculator, I should get 3 pi and then x square and then y. So that's my volume for the cone. So after I get my volume for the cone, which is this part here, oops, okay, the thing is not allowing me to do, okay, which is this part here, we are done with this part. So the next part, I'm going to use another color, which I'm going to find this part here, which is the cylinder. So we're going to find the cylinder. So the question asks us to show the volume of the cone is equals to twice the volume of the hemisphere. Okay, so I need to find a hemisphere, not the cylinder. So I did the wrong highlight because we are only trying to find this part here, which is the volume of the cone is twice the volume of the hemisphere. So I will need to find the volume of the hemisphere. So volume of hemisphere, I will have to take half because it's half a sphere, multiply by 4/3 times pi r square, pi r cube. So we have half times 4/3, and then we have pi, and then we have r. R in this case is equals to 3x. So if I actually press my calculator here, I should get 2 pi x square, x3. So basically this is equals to what I actually have for my volume for the hemisphere. So the question here want us to prove that my cone is equals to 2 hemisphere, correct? So I will need to write down that 3 pi x square y is equals to 2 times 18 pi x to the power 3. Okay. So if I actually solve it out here, my y will be equals to 36 pi x3 over 3 pi x2, correct? So what we need to do now is maybe we do some cancellation. So to make it clearer, I will actually use a different color here. So if I cancel this 2, I will have 1 here, I have 12 here. My pi can just cancel off, my x squared can be cancelled off, and then I have an x here. So what I have here is basically just 12x because my bottom is becoming 1 already. So we actually prove that we have y equals to 12x. So this is shown. Please remember to write that it's shown here. So this question is actually 3 marks, but it's quite long. So moving on, we have the second part. So this is my previous doing for the question. So I'm going to redo this question as well. So the question here, what we have is equals to, because I think some of the students say that like after looking at the question, they still do not understand. So that's why I'm redoing and then with explanation. So for this question here, we have this part. We want to find the total surface area of the solid is equals to 300 cm square. So for our, we're going to start with the surface area for each of them. Okay, wait, my pen isn't working. Okay. So surface area, okay, it's still not writing. Okay. Okay, give me one moment. Oh, I think I can't write. I can only write with mine. Okay, so surface area of the cone is equals to pi r l, correct? Because it is something like this, and then we have a cylinder here, and then we have this. So what I need is basically just this part here. So I need only the outer part, which is this part of the cone itself. So it's pi rl. So pi rl, I will have pi times 3 pi, 3x, and then we have our L here. L is equals to our y square plus 3x square, because Pythagoras theorem, because just now we were given that here is equals to y, and then we know that this is 3x. So that's why for us to actually find the L is basically this part here. L is this part, which is here. So we are finding that by using this. And then, because I'm trying to shorten the question, so that's why if you are not comfortable with it, you can do your Pythagoras theorem on a blank space, so that it will actually reduce your chance of making careless mistake if you're not familiar. So we have pi here, 3x, and then here what we have is equals to 17 here, and then we have x square outside. So I'm going to like square this thing outside. So what we have here is equals to 9 pi x square, and then square root 17. And then this is for my surface area of my cone. Then after my surface area of my cone, I need my surface area for my cylinder. So for my surface area of cylinder is 2 pi rh, and then I will have 2 pi times 3 pi, 3x, sorry. So 3x, and then multiply by 2x, because then after that, because we were given that this part here is 2x, and then here is equals to 3x, if you still remember. So if after that we multiply already, we should get 12 pi x square. So that's for the surface area of the cylinder. Then we have surface area of the hemisphere, which is 1/2 times 4 pi r square. So we have 2 pi and then 3x square. So if we multiply here, we have 2 pi 9x square. Then here we have 18 pi x square. So basically we will have all of them. If we add all of them together, will be equals to the total surface area of the solid. So meaning if I add this one with this one and this one, this by right is supposed to be equals to my total surface area of the solid. So we need to solve for h using that. So I have like limited space, so I'm going to write smaller from here. So here I have 9 pi x square, square root 17, plus 12 pi x2 plus 18 pi x2. So if I solve this out, and then it's supposed to be equals to 300. So I'm supposed to find what is h, which is what is y. So if we press calculator for this one, right, I should have x squared equals to 300 and then divide by the rest, because all of them have an x squared if you realize here. Yeah, so it should be divided by 9 pi square root 17, and then pi, then my x is equals to the whole thing square root. So I'm going to just square root this whole thing, find x. Then if we are going to press calculator, I think we can leave it so first, because if we press calculator, we will confirm have a long decimal. So I'm going to leave it as without the decimal first. So here I'm going to just cancel this out and then leave it as square root. So how do I find h from here? So h is basically equals to y plus 2x plus 3x, right? So if we actually reduce it down, what we have here is equals to 12x plus 5x. And then this is equals to 17. And then we just found our x already. So our x is actually equals to the whole thing here, which is 300, and then 9 pi square root 17. And then we have 30 pi. So question next, they are like maybe some students, they might be a bit confused, like where do I get my y plus 2x plus 3x? So the y plus 2x plus 3x, right, actually belong to on top when we actually find for the h for the Pythagoras theorem. So if you actually solve out the calculator using pressing this number inside the calculator here, right, I should be able to get the final answer, which is equals to 20.279. So for our final answer, we always try to leave it in decimal of 3 significant figure. So my final answer that I should have here is equals to 20279, and then I will round it to 3 significant figure, whereby I get 20.3, and then this is supposed to be height, so it's cm, and then this is 3 significant figure. Please remember to write down your units, and please remember to write down your height, etc., in order your units, etc., and the 3 significant figure, in order not to get marks deducted, because all those are worth 1 mark during exam. So I hope that you all actually learn how to do this question with a more detailed explanation. And if you actually find it very hard to understand because the handwriting is a bit crammed out, this is a better version, which is my previous answer that I actually have shared with you all already in our channel previously. Yeah, but I can't write as neat when it's on non-papers. So we already uploaded it in another video with all the full solution of all the questions here. So hopefully you'll actually enjoy our session, and then you'll learn something from our lesson as well. So please stay tuned to us for upcoming questions for secondary schools, and also for primary school as well, for heuristic questions and for difficult questions that you might actually have the same kind of problem as well when you're solving. So we also have like upcoming webinars. We also have workshops that will actually help your child or the student to actually do better for questions like this, for that is difficult and then it's long and tedious, for algebraic question for secondary school. So if you still have problem understanding the question after we have actually gone through it, so maybe you might need further help by going through some of our advanced classes. So stay tuned to us and let us know how we can help you all better by leaving a comment. And please click a like button or share button if you actually find videos like this useful. And then please join us on our Facebook in order to learn more about our new upcoming videos and also to learn more about our program that we have. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you are having a good time learning mathematics with us.